Hey, welcome to Working with Census.gov. Now, you're probably wondering what exactly is this course and a series of courses that I've put together for all kinds of people. People in planning, people in business, marketing, health, you name it. Just about every profession needs good information about people and economics and housing and geography. There are some famous quotes about demography, and let me share them with you here real quick. One is by Auguste Comte, a famous 19th century mathematician, and that's called, he said, demographics is destiny. Demographics is destiny. That's one. Number two, this one's attributed to Mark Twain, but actually was from Benjamin Disraeli, a great prime minister in Great Britain. There are lies, damn lies, and statistics. So that one gets a lot of play sometimes. And finally, here comes one that's kind of biblical from H.G. Wells. Satan delights equally in statistics and in quoting scripture. So with that as a little introduction, let me tell you about this course. Or let me tell you how I got to this course. About 30 years ago, I was in grad school, and I started to work with, at that time, published books of census data from the 1970 census. Piles and piles of books, and you had to spend hours and hours going to the library and pulling them out and reading them and making copies and overhead transparencies. Those were the old days, and didn't realize at the time, but I kind of got hooked on that stuff. Ended up working for the Census Bureau on the 1980 census, on the 1990 census, became a planner, a statistician, a demographer, used census data extensively for the rest of my life, still am. All through the 2000 census and the 2010 census. So working with Census Bureau data and related data is kind of like a hobby. And I've taken this hobby, I've enjoyed it. I want to share it with people in a way that makes sense. You need to know this stuff in your work, or it's a great skill for getting a job. To be able to say, I can go on the internet and find about any piece of information in 10 minutes and 10 clicks. You know your old-time bosses can't do that. And there's mobile apps and all kinds of stuff. The Census Bureau is pretty up to date. So let me tell you about the 4 courses, and then we'll get into the first one. Hopefully you'll stay with us. The first one, I've designed these 4 courses to work together. The first is called Background and Geography. You just got to know some background of why the Census Bureau takes the data and why it collects it about the United States, and then geography. Geography is fundamental. All geography is assigned to data, and all data has a geography. And it's Census Bureau geography, not necessarily what you get on Google Earth. The second course is called Topics, Programs, and Products. This is the data you're after, whether it's housing data, unemployment, age by sex, race, ethnicity, Hispanic origin, citizenship. These data all come from programs. What is a program? A program is something that the United States Congress says we need to know, for example, how many people have health insurance. That is now a question being asked by the U.S. government. It ends up in these tables, and you can access that data, and I'll show you how. But the questions that they ask are for their purposes, the federal government, and may or may not be exactly what you're looking for, but you're stuck with them. However, they're free data, so if you don't like it, go buy your own data. And then thirdly, the third course is once you know geography, programs, and products, we go and actually do it online. Go to American Fact Finder 2, how to call up a geography, how to call up a product, and then you get hundreds and hundreds of tables. It's kind of like doing a Google search where there's 1,000 hits. Which one do you want? And a lot of them sound the same. And you can really trip yourself up if you're not careful on which table you pick and manipulate and download and do all sorts of neat tricks. Finally, the final course is once you've got the data, is it any good? You just got to be aware of the error and the margins of error that are now published margins of error. They didn't used to be published. Now anyone can look and say, that's a crappy number. I've seen numbers where the number in the table is 25 and the margin of error is plus or minus 50. It means nothing. Even though you got it from the Census Bureau and it's in a table, it's a worthless statistic. So the last part, the last of the 4 courses, tells you how to find out if your data is any good. So I encourage you to look at all 4 courses, or if you already know about background and geography, go ahead to products and programs. If you just want to know how to get on Fact Finder 2, take the 3rd course. And if you want to find out about data quality, take the 4th course. So stay with me. We'll have fun with this, as I have for 30-some years, and thank you.